Hi everybody, Janine here. If you haven't watched any other videos, my profession is an RN, and I work in labor and delivery. I've been there for 6 years. I'm actually a facilitator, which is like a charge nurse, but a little higher, like an assistant manager. But I am in staffing a lot. So a couple things I wanted to just tell you new nurses about. Um, I call them my top 10 rules of great nurses. Remember, you always want to be true to your patients. Um, what does that mean? Like, don't come to work sick. If you're sick, call off. If you are thinking about calling off, call off early, because don't screw over your coworkers and screw over your patients, because all that does is bad patient care when you're short-staffed. Um, and be true to your profession. Always, you know, express that you are a nurse. Be happy that you're a nurse. You chose to do it. Stay current on your education. Um, be true to your peers. Don't dump work on everybody. Do your work. Do your job. If you can't get everything done, it's okay, but really try. Don't be lazy. Ask your other coworkers if they need your help if you're not busy. And be true to yourself. Always take care of yourself. If you're stressed out, take time off. Take a vacation if you can. Because especially in the beginning, you are going to get a little bit overwhelmed with all the information you need to know. We don't learn it all in nursing school. You guys know that. You have that orientation time, and you learn a lot. If you are in doubt, ask. Don't ever think that you know everything. Even if you are unsure, ask. There's been plenty of times, I've been doing this for 6 years, that I'll look at a tracing of a fetal heart rate and ask somebody, does this look like this? Does this look like this? And your coworkers are going to help you. That's why we're all there for each other. It's a team. Acknowledge, laugh at yourself. If you do something stupid, but nothing obviously to harm anybody, laugh at it. Take time to laugh. Make friends with your coworkers. If there's somebody that you really don't like, just stay away from them. Take time for your family and friends. Really, when you have time off work, don't think about work all the time. Don't work yourself to death, because you're going to end up hating your profession. There's so many people that say, oh, I could do this and get overtime and blah, blah, blah. But then who suffers? Your family. I'm a mom of 2 kids and a husband. There's been times that I'm like, oh, wow, the money looks really good. But then I think about my boys at home and dad, and it stinks. You don't get time with your family. You're exhausted, especially if you're on night shift. And it takes you time to recoup and regenerate yourself. Don't pick up those extra shifts, especially if you're tired. What are you doing? All you're doing is screwing yourself. You're going to make more mistakes, and your patients. God forbid you hurt somebody. I work in labor and delivery, like I said, and that's our biggest area of being sued. And last thing I want to be is in a deposition in court. And don't, what do we always say? Don't eat your young. If you're an experienced nurse, a year from now, you're going to be an experienced nurse in a sense. Don't say, oh, she's the new one. Help them. See if they have any questions. Guide them. Show them the resources you're using for education. And be honest with everything you do. If you make a mistake, we all do. We all make mistakes. You have to be honest. You're not going to get in trouble. I always tell my nurses, if you make a med error, God forbid it doesn't hurt anybody, but you're not going to get in trouble per se. You're helping everybody else. If there's a flaw in the system, you're the one who just caught that. You're the one who, sometimes we learn the hard way, but I always tell everybody, you have to write up what you did. You have to just be honest, because in the long run, you can help a lot of people. But they always say that if you have questions about things, you're not the only one with the question. There always is somebody else. Even now, they told us we don't have to double check our insulin anymore before we get to patients. I'm still one to double check my insulin. I think it's still a very good practice. And always use your 3 checks, your right patient, right drug, right dose. So always make sure you have your mom in front of you, or your computerized system everybody's going to now too, to make sure you're giving your patient the right stuff. Educate your patient. A lot of patients go home and they have no idea what drugs they're taking or what just happened, why they were in the hospital. So really take your time with your patients. We're very rushed in our profession, but if you have that time, use it. A lot of us are very task-oriented, because that's the way we're trained, but really, you really got to think about your patient too. Print off paperwork. Some people read better than listening. Especially in my area, these moms are, you give them this little baby and expect them in 2 days to be able to take it home and take care of it. Then they have, an incision, or their bottom hurts really bad, and they have to know how to take care of that too. So there's a lot of education that you need to know as a nurse. And if you're not sure, how are you going to educate your patient? So really, really, really educate yourself all the time. I hope these tips helped you. Please check out my other videos, and if you have any topics you'd like to hear about, please let me know.